I wanted to share with you something that was actually quite profound that came through in the last few weeks. A couple of weeks ago, I was moving through some pretty heavy emotional, energetic stuff. I was really, really sad, and it went on for a few days. And butt hurt. Oh my gosh, so butt hurt. Feeling betrayed and sad and alone and no one's coming, that kind of energy, which I know has actually been in the field recently. So my process, which I'm sharing with you my process, but then I'm going to share you the gold that came out of it. My process is to be aware when there is an energy presenting, like, wow, I'm really sad, like, ooh, wow, there's a lot going on there. And of course, the mind is telling all the stories. And I try to just sort of let it run in the background, not as a spiritual bypassing thing, not as a distracting myself thing, but just sort of, yep, I'm aware that it's there. It's there and I'm going to go for a walk. It's there and I'm going to whatever, exercise, bake something, read my book, whatever. Like I'm going to let it play in the background. So I did that probably for a day or so, and then it was just not relieving. So I was like, okay, I got to turn into this, which is the other teaching piece. Turning toward whatever it is that is presenting is the best way and the fastest way to burn it off. It's not who you actually are, whatever it might be. Pardon me. So if it wants your attention, give it attention. If you're mad, be mad. If you're circling the rim of a pity party, dive in and have the pity party. If you're sad, whatever it is, give it a little bit of time to see if it just sort of relieves itself and works itself out, as energy does. And if it doesn't, turn toward it and burn it off. So I sat down with my journal and I cried and I wrote. And I wrote all the pity parties and all the reasons why I felt so incredibly hurt and sad and lonely and nobody's coming and all of that stuff. And when I felt that that was sort of complete, I switched gears and I pulled out Coach Sheila. Now I say that because I know when I'm sort of switching hats and switching roles, who Coach Sheila is and what that looks like. But you do not need to be a coach so-and-so in order to do this. Every single one of you has an aspect of yourself that is able to hold space, that is able to be of it but not in it, to observe, and to come from some higher perspective than the one you were in. And that was the version of me that I flipped to. And I just sort of held my own heart and I just said to myself, Sheila, what is it that you need? Like what is going to make this feel better for you? What are you longing for? And then I started to write again. And as I wrote that I wanted a mom that was like me. And I wanted a friend that friends the way I friend. And that I longed to be loved the way that I love. And that I long to be seen and known the way that I see and know myself. And I felt that that was quite a complete answer at the time, and I closed the book and I probably went for a nap. And it was a couple of days later that it popped back into my head and I was like, what did I write? What was that about? And I went back and I read it again. And it was then that enough room had been made and I had cleared through all of the energy that was presenting. And I was like, wow, isn't that incredible? That in that moment, all of the parts of me that were all sad and upset and lost and alone and sad and betrayed, they were looking for me. I didn't write that I was looking for my mom or for her to be anything other than what she was. I was looking for me in the way that I mother. I wasn't asking or looking for anyone that I know that would be a friend to be anything other than who they are. I wasn't projecting or putting expectations on anybody. I was saying that I wanted a friend that friends the way I friend. I was looking for me. And I was looking to be loved the way that I love. Now, I'm not saying that I'm the best mom in the world, the best friend in the world, the best person that knows how to love in the world. That's not what this is. But for me, it was everything, because it meant that I was no longer seeking out there for the self. For this to feel better, the only person that I was looking for was me. And that's when you know that you have arrived, and I put that in quotes loosely, at a new echelon in your journey. That there are no expectations whatsoever of anyone else to make this feel better, go more smoothly, or be fixed by someone else. And that it really is a testament to the amount of work that we have done. That at the end of the day, the sadness still happens. The energy still needs to be cleared. The inner child still has days where there's a wobble or an insecurity. That's going to happen, and it's going to happen for a while still. But to know that those parts of you are looking for you. They're not looking for me. They're not looking for your mother or your lover or your friend. All of those parts and pieces are looking for you. And that is the true depth of the sacred relationship that you have with yourself. I hope that this helps you. Much love.